Welcome back, everybody. We are closing out week 2 of Brain Injury Awareness Month. We're here with Annie Ricketts, our partner in the UK from Global Brain Injury Awareness. I'm Michelle Wild. I'm from BEST, and we've got Lisa and Christy from BEST also. And then also Coastline's Acquired Brain Injury Program here in California is also sort of joining us in this little venture that we have for Brain Injury Awareness Month. So thank you for joining us. It's been a really amazing week. I think to hear what people didn't know about brain injury before it happened to them has just been amazing. There's so much that people don't know about it. And so we're very happy that we've been able to hopefully provide some insights from the survivors that have been so courageous to share their stories. Annie, what are your thoughts closing out week 2?
I have to say that I was touched by every single story that was shared this week. And although, I know an awful lot of people and I've heard an awful lot of things, even if you've heard it before, when it comes from somebody in this way, it really strikes you again. There's just such a human element to it, to the extent that it actually inspired me to make another little public awareness video, just to try and encourage people to just have a small amount of general knowledge about brain injury, because in a lot of incidents we can use our common sense, and if common sense isn't good enough, we can phone for help. But actually brain injury is very, very different, and if you don't know about it before it happens, there's just so many pitfalls, and people just go into them over and over and over again. And the only way to really stop that is, to get it into public awareness, so that, if anything happens with the head, right, I know there's information, I know there's help, I know there are support organisations, I know I can Google this, I can do something. And then, from that point on, the journey's going to be so much better, because you're in touch with that core information that you're going to need. So,
absolutely.
yeah,
The awareness
amazing.
factor. Yeah, the awareness factor is so huge. And I think also part of it is because it is for many people an invisible, right, an invisible thing. So we don't even know that we know people that may be living with brain injuries if they haven't disclosed to us. And that whole idea of disclosure is such a difficult thing for people as well. So we'll be looking at some of that in the future as we continue our partnership. Christy, what thoughts do you have as it relates to actually doing the interviews? You and Lisa were so critical because you did all the interviews yourself. What do you have to share?
Well, I'm really happy that we are doing this project, because the thing that you heard over and over is, I didn't know so many things unless it happened to me. Many people don't even know or think, like you said, Michelle, that they know somebody with a brain injury. They can seem normal on the outside, and yet inside they're struggling. And a lot of people are not being diagnosed. And so helping people understand that here's later next week, you're going to hear some of the things in the following week of little things that might be helpful to help you understand what what I know now and what I learned, that you might see and figure out and hear stories about maybe that person that I know has a brain injury, because some people go undiagnosed. They think that it's a concussion and it'll go away, but then something has changed. So just being able to share and bring awareness, that now hopefully more people will know what brain injury, a little bit more about it. So this was great to be able to be a part of this project, to put it out there.
Yeah. Any final words, Lisa, for us?
So it resonated with me from my own personal experience as a physician and brain injury survivor, that there are huge gaps in the understanding of what a brain injury is, not only from families and survivors, but also through the medical community and the experiences of all the different people on the delay in diagnosis or the lack of diagnosis. The people that are receiving therapy years after their injury really resonated with me. And I think that this brings awareness to the entire community, so that the more information people have about what a brain injury looks like, the more they can relate to people around them and their entire community.
Yeah. I'll just say one final thing. You mentioned the family members, Lisa, and I think hearing the two different family members that have also been courageous in sharing their side of brain injury was really amazing, because in both cases, they were completely caught off guard. Just as the survivor is, the family member is caught off guard in a way that I always tell my students at Coastline, you can't even imagine what your family members have gone through. You know what you've gone through, and they don't know what you've gone through, but they have their own story to tell. And so that would be a really interesting thing for us to explore sometime in terms of, maybe another project. I'm always coming up with projects. Sorry, you guys. So, well, thank you everybody again for joining us for week 2. We hope that you enjoyed it and that you've learned as much as we did. Next week, we're going to be looking at what we now know about brain injury, and there's some really amazing things there too. So thank you, and we will see you next week at the closing of the week to kind of give you our final thoughts. Take care, everybody. Don't forget to check us out this week. Bye.